very, very good level. It is wild. Of course, the odds up there from LootBet seemingly agreeing with you and I, sir. So it does look good. Shout out to our primary betting sponsor, of course. But we get into the pistol. Let's see how it goes down. SG.PRO with some utility bought up. Clearly got some game plans coming into this. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, kitting a couple flashes. But it is that conventional, as we are seeing it more and more and more, the conventional connector take coming in from NORDAVIND here on the CT side.
Yeah, pretty typical. And look at HS. There's no way you expect HS to be there. I think he gets spotted, though. Nato, all the while, could be in some trouble. What a shot on Zinador. USPs be crispy. And SG.PRO, they're getting spread. They're taking a lot of 1v1s. Tensky lets them know what's up. Kai's looking for the second player. Does he know there's two there? He can assume. Diary actually holds for Croman. HS is going to need Harry's help here, Scriv.
Desperately. Not going to come, though. As he will be cut off on that rotation. It's all going to be onto HS. Needs to find 3 heads. Okay, that one's a bit crisp. They know where he's at. Got plenty of information in here. A nice position as well to play the headshot angles. Trying to take these fights before they actually group up. Getting aggressive through the smoke, in and out. Dipping through like a phantom. They're not able to get a lot on him. Okay, Keys, though, with the wide swing. Drops him pretty quickly. I would have figured that would be the easy kill for HS. Not going to be the case. And SG.PRO will take the pistol.
They get on the board. Nice and early. It was a little rocky, but they do pick up their pistol as needed. Not so bad. And the force buy from NORDAVIND looking to deal some damage. 4 towards B. Solo A player. Nato did not stand a chance, did he? Gotta rotate someone up now. SG.PRO could pick up the pace towards A, but honestly, they're just kind of hanging out, aren't they? It's kind of very relaxed. Not looking for anything too aggressive. Just letting NORDAVIND peek into them. Dire should have one here, no question. And he actually gets run over by HS. And with the damage already dealt to these SG.PRO members, if NORDAVIND get up here in time, not enough, like no utility. Just a couple smokes for SG.PRO, so this could get weird, Scriv. It's gonna get brawly.
Certainly looks that way. Through the smoke one coming in. A lot of damage for HS. Fame able to cut him off, though, before he does any more. Pensky here with the Mackie. Move in, but immediately dealt with. Very low HP bars. SG.PRO kind of lucky to get away relatively unscathed. Only dropping the one player, but it could have been a bit messier. A bit messier. So they are somewhat lucky in that sense. Or skillful, depending on which way you look at things. Nonetheless, it's a second in a row and probably a third off the back of it as well here, Keith. Looking good. Get the ball solidly rolling on their T side. Yeah, just going to be kind of a concede here from NORDAVIND. Nice little idea. They do have, I think, a few upgraded pistols. Definitely the flash, though, and obviously, as you can see, looking to group up. So this could get brawly as well. Particularly because the T's are moving towards them. I'm going to hear this push coming in, surely, yeah, and looking to cut it off, but need to be careful not to get overwhelmed, need to work together well, and they will. Flawless round coming in, beautifully done, not getting caught off by the manpower.
Alrighty. M4 is now for NORDAVIND. Og on Tensky. SG.PRO will stick with that one MP7, the best SMG in the game, by the way. Good to know Dire and I are on the same wavelengths. And a few Ogs. Or Galils, excuse me. Bought up. NATO getting aggressive through the smoke. Will dodge the flash, guys. Is out here alone. And with this A control from NORDAVIND, the B players have to be on their toes, Scriv. What a nade on a Dire. And NATO gets the call to turn around. They own complete A control, but look at this from SG.PRO. They run up connector. They avoid the aggression. They have found the gap in NORDAVIND setup, Scriv.
Uh-oh. Bomb gonna go down. Oh, Fame able to get one before it does as well. They needed to just kind of concede the bomb plant, I think. NATO coming in from long. The timing not ideal for him. Somehow able to get that frag, though. And while you fire, his teammate abandons him. Maybe spotting out the second player, not fancying it at all. The gap's starting to close now, and it's the M4s coming out on top of these duels. Senator trying to play the off angle, trying to get aggressive. Oh, this is messy. They should have found that trade easily, but not the case. He will eventually go down. It's the flank from behind. Dire on the MP7. They have no idea. Should be able to deny the defuse just about. Left low, but he gets the second. No way does he get away with that, Keith. SG.PRO in with the fourth, the 1v2 flank that they did not expect. Pulls off the impossible. NORDAVIND not off to a great start here, and wow, that's going to be a real kick in the teeth losing that one.
Wow. I can't believe they did, by the way. That is just absurd to me that that's the round they drop. They're looking so good against Crazy. It's starting to fall apart. Gonna go for the boost, because why not? Every round's a good round to break it out, I suppose. Kai's gonna be looking for something. Maybe a jump spotter. Met with a train. And now he's just gonna keep peering, not feeling too rushed. They hear a couple deagles, so they know what's happening. And they fall off with nothing, Scriv. So NORDAVIND looking to get aggressive in towards Water Monster, electing not to, but pretty relaxed round for both teams, I'd say.
Yeah. Nice and chill. Kind of what we need. Oh, from the CT side. Tag does land. That is millimeters away from his head, surely. Somewhat unfortunate there, but all good. Just slowing things way down here. This is going to work for NORDAVIND, particularly with that early tag. SG.PRO, I'm not sure. Maybe their patience will pay off if Fame is able to win these fights. Oh, and he does. 2 quick headies. That's going to open the round way up. He takes a lot of damage. Tensky's in with the trade. But Tensky's the only one remaining on the A-bomb site, at least for now. I'm not sure whether they want to rotate or save what they have into the next round, honestly. Looks like they're going to go for it. Bomb has yet to be planted. Spam's coming in from Croman, trying his damnedest, but they don't find any kills in the next kind of 10 seconds. It's going to be really difficult. Utility still remaining, and no kits. Yeah, and the push in from CT is not going to work out too successfully. Harry does trade back, gets his hands onto an AK, and probably going to look to save it, as Tensky is doing as well. So, another round going the way of SG.PRO. 5 in a row so far. NORDAVIND once again taking a bit too long to get their feet off the ground, and it is costing them. It is costing them big time.
Surprisingly, I felt like SG.PRO would come into this and struggle. The main factor that made me come to that determination is just by how lackluster they have been. But they've recovered nicely. Now playing against NORDAVIND, who have made a couple errors. SG.PRO have capitalized. NORDAVIND gonna budget for a buy here, by the way. But it's about time they get around on the CT side. Stop SG.PRO at 5. Don't allow this T-Bank to get any larger, because it's already secured 2 to 3 buys, which is scary in and of itself. So NORDAVIND, they've tried the aggressive route. I would like to see them just play very tradable, maybe water aggression, nade open squeaky, right? Spam into connector. Let the op of NATO work. It's not looking like themselves right now, Scriv. That could just be the overpass effect, though.
Maybe. Oh. 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 Oh.
Deleted.
He saw him. He saw him, but the nade smoke got in the way. I like this from NORDAVIND. A nice little response. Look how much control they get off the back of it. Absolutely wrecked. We could joke about it, but perfect stuff. HS through the smoke as well. Salt in the wound with that. And a 5v3 just like that. And SG.PRO, they could go away, I guess. They really don't have any control. They do have a player creeping up in the form of RU Fire, but no, he messes it up ever so slightly. Just managed to get the first and second coming in as well. 10 skill training back. That could have been messy. Or messier. It already is. It's already given a bit of a chance to these two T-side players left. Two T-side A attackers. Where I suppose directly there are only 2 players to deal with them. So, man advantage somewhat nullified if they can take the site cleanly. Not gonna happen though. Written off. See you later. First round for NORDAVIND on the board. A little anticlimactic in the end, but they're able to get it done. And I love that aggression early on. Might see a bit more of it, to be honest with you. It was very successful for them, so wouldn't be surprised if that's the only time they pull it out.
I really dig that. Coordinated aggression is always better when you're together. Especially on International Friendship Day. Together forever. Senator in towards water. He'll be greeted with a lovely nade, and Harry will find Kais. There you go. Aggression again. We'll find the opera of SG.PRO. Harry's going to keep on going. 2 for him. Full blind is Dire. Croman is locked and loaded alongside Harry. Are you fire? Going to try to creep out and lurk out once more. Not towards A, but towards Monster. And that flash has ruined his day, and he is lucky to be alive. And, well, he was lucky for a moment. Tensky wins his 1v1. Harry with 3. And there's that coordinated aggression that's going to continue from NORDAVIND as they will mop things up, Scriv. Whew.
Code Malta V. Malta V15, of course, folks. Shout out to Hellcase, our primary case sponsor. Banners down below as well where you can get amongst it. Get in there. In some cases, you know. Hell yeah. Get some skins. Who doesn't love skins? Crazy people. Oh, hello. What's happened here? We have a match medic. But yeah, NORDAVIND really hitting a groove in the past couple of rounds. The aggression getting in the face of their opponent seems to be very successful. The question is, how long does that success end? You know, how far do you push it? Do you keep on going with it? Do you go into a passive round now? What's the call? And I feel like SG.PRO, surely 3rd round is the charm, right? They should be able to deal with it if it comes out again. But it might not. NORDAVIND might change things up here. We'll see.
Into connector, Croman will go. 3 players approaches his off angle. Good enough. 1, 2. Croman sprays 2. That is definitely up to par. Dire 8, are you fire? The last 2 remaining. Hey, shut that one down without a moment of overthinking. And SG.PRO now getting absolutely swarmed with off angles and aggression from NORDAVIND, Scriv. And I don't see that stopping anytime soon because it's working. Harry, little choppy. He'll need some help. Boys are on the way from water. Are you fire? Not expecting to get double peek from short. Are you? Is he given the fair fight? No. And just like that, NORDAVIND have broken the banks of SG.PRO. It took a while, but 3 in a row. They'll take it.
Yeah, that's a real quick turnaround. For sure. For sure. Really impressive stuff coming in from NORDAVIND, and see whether it continues here. SG.PRO, right? This is exactly how things went down against Honorous. Different map, but same kind of vibe. They got a dominant start, they hit a brick wall, they couldn't come back. See whether that continues to be the case. It's kind of expected in this round, right? Are you fire going to be the first to fall, but it's when we get into the rifle rounds that we really have to ask some questions and maybe fear ever so slightly for them. Tensky, love this spot. There you go, jumping up above as well, able to maybe drop another if he plays his cards right. He will indeed. Runs out of ammo ever so slightly, but HS coming in from behind to help him out. when it's all said and done, no kills for SG.PRO at all. Will be the 4th round very cleanly for NORDAVIND. Look at this money. It has expanded so quick. And Keith, this is deja vu, man. You know, this is really similar to what Honest were able to do. Get their foot back in solidly, dominant rounds, clean up on the anti-ecos, build up a massive amount of cash, and just once they were able to beat SG.PRO down, you know, where SG.PRO had knocked them out a few rounds in a row or whatever, and NORDAVIND are just able to stay alive. As soon as SG.PRO get rocked, they are stumbling the whole way through the rest of the map. So this is slightly worrisome if they can't turn it around.
Oh, no doubt. Money's, as you said, is now in favor of NORDAVIND. They're making just big individual plays, like this Croman push. Like, this is round winning. This is game winning plays. He gets timing. I mean, Ties looks behind him, but still maintaining that man advantage. Fame all the while has cleared all of A, but they've lost the bomb. It doesn't matter. And I don't think Fame's going to get here in a reasonable amount of time. Ties just has to live and let Fame play his game, but that's the tell, right? Is the silence and lack of fight from that monster player. They're holding for this. Fame's gonna get one tapped. Sensky's got it. I mean, a lot of bullets, a lot of taps. Fame's really only giving him his head. Good peek in from Fame. HS and Harry are low, so hang on. It's still a chance.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, well, there goes the flank. If he'd have managed to creep in, for sure, but with Fame being on 5 HP, surely they trade him. And I think after the taps coming in, it's like, oh, he's got Milo as well. Yeah, we've got the bomb. Let's just not mess with that. Let's relax, okay? There's no point. He seems to be invincible or something, so we'll just let him come to us because we've got the bomb. So yeah, when it comes down to brass tacks, that's not going to work out for Fame at all, and he kind of knows it. He's waiting patiently. He's hoping someone comes to him and he might get a cheeky frag, but not going to be the case. So we'll look to hold on to his AK, take the molly into the next round. He can at least buy a smoke with his $400. Oh, and that's unfortunate. Sinator can't buy, but the rest of the squad can, so we'll see how this goes here.
Yeah, that money, though, that's the worrying factor. It grows for NORDAVIND and shrinks for SG. And here we go. Sinator, quick and connector in front of the molly. Goodbye, Croman. Gets caught reloading a Deagle. No reason to reload it. HS will make them pay. RU Fire picks up his friend's AK, but not for long. Short-lived 6-5. That was fast. That was a little explosive. Lots of shots being made. And here we go from SG. Up out on Kai's. Fame still able to get an AK out. Just no head armor or utility. Not gonna lie, Fame probably should have just downgraded to the Galil and got head armor. But that's just me being nitpicky, I suppose, Screv.
Maybe, I don't know, it depends on playstyle, right? Some players really like that AK, they're just confident in their peeking ability. Then those right eye peeks in, you know. Oh, fire, that was so close to being his death, taking a stray bullet in the face. He's able to survive just about. He's still left on 65 HP, Fame on 54. So initially, not a great start for SG.PRO in another key round for them. There you go. There it is. Right eye peek coming in from RU Fire. Bye-bye, Croman. RU Fire might be able to get another one as well. HS trapped. Oh, will go down. The pre-fire successful as HS tried to peek around to take him down. RU Fire doing so much in this round. He will eventually get traded. The damage done. Oh, it's Paramount Harry robbed of that frag onto Kai's. Leaving him on 4 HP. It's still not over just yet. Harry coming in with another frag nade, almost making it, but not quite. This is so messy, so hard to call, so back and forth. But it does seem that SG.PRO are finding a little bit of stability. Harry, though, this position could be massive.
Oh, are they going to check for him? Oh, I don't think they are. Tensky gets a kill now. That's completely going to set up Harry. He sees him planting in the smoke. He's gonna wait. He's gonna wait for Dire to come out. Let Tensky make control. He's gonna look for the second player. He knows where they both are. He heard them drop water. He's just gonna walk up now. Harry takes the first, knows the second's in water. Smoke is faded in heaven. Harry, it's distraction, and Tensky cleans it up. That was so well done, Scriv. Textbook through and through.
Oh, hell yeah. That is nasty. That is so nasty. Absolutely love it. NORDAVIND will get themselves the 7th. Perfect stuff coming in as they are smashing it. That one a little dicey. That one a little close. Don't get me wrong. And it was a great opening exchange from RU Fire. The fact that they cannot capitalize on a single player getting 2 opening frags is really troubling from SG.PRO. But credit to NORDAVIND. Credit to Harry. Beautiful read and a great bit of patience to capitalize as well. Another round on the board for the CT side with the bomb plant. We do indeed have a return here from SG.PRO, but they're going to need to get something on the board. It's really not looking good. 3 of them in connector this time, though. Croman or Smoke goes down. Yep, and he is dead to rights. HS also going to get clapped out by Fame, who will keep on moving forwards. NATO on the AWP, trying to hold things down. They're coming in close. Manages to find one, drops the bomb, flash through the smoke. Oh, the no-scope misses. Hello, he has no idea. Fame, just sensory overload, cannot read the fact that the AWP shot came from behind him. The luckiest son of a gun in the form of NATO as he's able to survive. Molly onto the bomb. It's a 2v2. It's still wild, but it does look like the CTs might have found a bit of stability to work with.
What is happening? RU Fire, he's thinking about pushing the smoke, heavily considering it. He's gonna go ahead and do so. Clear close bathrooms. He's made some noise now. The long player, a lot of pressure on NATO. He's going all the way around. This is so smart. There is no way you would expect this. But RU Fire does. He is just 300 IQing it right now. Yeah. I mean, he can't get the kill, but it at least gives him the idea and info that NATO's there. They're just going to walk to site. They're assuming Harry's not going to rotate up normally either. So many good reads being done by the SG.PRO boys now. They're even going to push forward for forward site control, plant for jump up. I mean, it's just a well-read round through and through, Scriv.
Ooh, RU Fire, though. Beautiful spot from him, and Key's able to peek out off the back of it. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. SG.PRO for sure, like you say. Mind games coming in, reading things perfectly, and able to clean up in the end. Mad one. Very, very mad one. And that time, although, again, it comes a bit closer, they're able to capitalize on a nice couple of opening frags from Fame. Maybe that's because they were together. Yeah, RU Fire says, look, I feel like Connector's pretty vulnerable. I was able to work my way in. Just didn't have anyone near me to help out. So if we go as a squad, maybe we can do the same again. It's exactly what happens, right? Croman, bad timing. HS, bad positioning. And just like that, the A-bomb site is open. A bit of heroics from NATO. But let's assume he gets 1 for 1 there. The round's over. You know, he misses that initial no-scope. It's a bit of a mess. Player spins around and kills him. The round's over. But the fact that he stays alive makes it look a little more doable. But ultimately, SG.PRO firmly in control of that one and able to capitalize. Brilliant stuff.
Okay, are you? That's a little filth, isn't it? That was pretty nice. Site now in their control. And RU is going to continue to hold for rotates. The bomb's on its way, Scriv. How much impact can RU Fire have? He is just such a beast. It's 3rd on the round, 13th on the half. And that's it. That's conceded. Harry Chrome going to save. Everyone else has money. They'll be able to buy next. But RU Fire, Scriv, the last couple rounds, you kind of get the feeling that he's eventually just going to come alive. Huh? And he does.
Better late than never, I suppose. But yeah, really looking good. I think they're more likely than not going to drop everyone. Harry might be able to avoid them. Don't really have the best amount of cash going, so yeah, that's fair. But looking good from SG.PRO. Still though, NORDAVIND, right, the initial start was really, really good from the T side, and NORDAVIND were able to pull it back. So momentum shift after momentum shift. The question, of course, on everyone's lips is who will be taking the lead moving into the second half. It is still up for grabs, not quite decided just yet, and it will only be by 1 round. So a very flat first half, I suppose, in the long run. We always say that the first half is slightly less impactful than the second, particularly when they're super, super close at the moment in the current state of affairs for Counter-Strike. But all the same, it feels comfortable to get that good start into the second half just initially. You can maybe stomach the loss of the pistol. So both teams going to be wanting to pick up this 8th. And a great spot from Tensky to open us up. And he will open up the door to this round as well. Easy 2K. The 5v3 just like that off the back of it, Keith. Really solid start from NORDAVIND with a slight change up in connector. Really good read from them, actually, where it's like, okay, SG.PRO, they sorted out connector. They're working it pretty well in the past couple of rounds, both alone and as a squad. Let's throw an off angle in there, and it works to perfection.
Oh, Croman. Locking it down, living through the spray of Senator. A 1v3. Bomb is down in his spawn. Kind of an important thing to remember. Was a bit of a default they got cut down on. Now they're looking for kills towards this B site, and they fed him. He has 2 already. This will be heard by Tensky that he's going back. About 25 seconds. He knows he can't run to A. He has to come back to B. Unless he goes through connector and really gambles with sprinting to what could be an open A site. No, he's coming out through the door. Tensky, easiest kill. Oh! What? That molly will do it? Okay. Tensky, you got owned. You got owned.
Yeah.
Owned.
That's,
I don't know what else to say.
Egg all over his face, mate. That's not good. But it's okay. No harm, no foul. We'd maybe say, and look, he got 18 frags, okay? So it's all right. He can miss 1, I guess. And it's the end of the half, so it really doesn't matter how you win the round, just as long as you get it. Either way, NORDAVIND are the ones to take it. So they've got themselves a nice, comfortable start. The odds seem to be swinging in their favor a little more. SG.PRO, maybe it's expected for them to have performed better on the T side there, particularly after that initial start. NORDAVIND really looking good. Coming in with some utility here as well. We've got a 4-man B stack through from the CT side, which with a slower start might not be the correct read here from SG.PRO. And NORDAVIND just playing nice and patient. They'll start to move towards A by the looks of things. And that would be the correct call. And they've got some fake utility over at B as well. This is really well done to just keep SG.PRO guessing.
Oh, fame. Little overzealous. Little much. Run over. And he sight his own. NATO hears all these rotates. Oh, and a Peach 50 is so good for this. He just has to live at this point. Allow his homies to come back and help out, and that's what he does. It's a wash. It's a pistol for NORDAVIND. Unless Kais has an insane CZ clip. Are you kidding? And he taps Tensky? What is going on? They know it's a 1v2, or 2v1, excuse me, against Croman on site. That's what they want. Don't spit on him, Kais. Don't do it. He's done it. 4 for him. He'll get on the defuse. Can Nano get here in time? It's a 10-second stick. And he gets him off the bomb. Sigh of relief for NORDAVIND. That should be the round. Kais is going for the ace. Of course he'll get it. He is just nuts. What was that? I want to throw up.
What was that? Incredible. Incredible stuff. It's so unfortunate as well, and it's maybe going to leave a massively bitter taste in his mouth that they're not able to win the round. CZ frags especially, right? It's actually so hard, and then a nice little think, you know, a nice little thought to be like, ooh, I can pick up the USP. Nice, cool. Here we go. This is my round. Here's my ace. But of course they lose it. So, yeah. And the thing is, winning the pistol on the T side, 5 or no players alive doesn't have too much impact on your economy, really. Unless maybe the 5 survive without taking any damage, and then you've saved a bunch on the head armor and whatnot. But you're going to be going for head armor anyways, and this is why MP9 in play. Oh, you fire. Good for one. Dire in with the nade. It's actually an advantage briefly. Key frag coming in from Harry. Now going to be even back up, but look how low they are, Keith. These Eagles could be devastating.
They could be. NORDAVIND have to play this really, really well. Now Tenski's tagged up with a body shot. That's brutal. That is very brutal. He doesn't know connectors clear. He has to be very cautious. There's going to contact monster. This is what Senator wants. Tensky has to help out. Senator's just going to let his teammates do all the work while he cleans up and reaps all the rewards. Tensky's in trouble. And just like that, they get slaughtered, Scriv. That's why you'll see a lot of teams not force monsters with AK. You just don't go monster against after you win pistol. Especially with how close it was, a 1v1. And then they keep a player alive and you don't keep any alive from pistol. Yeah, they're going to buy. So I think that's not a good play from NORDAVIND to go for. You see a lot of teams default, maybe water, right? They'll go towards long or take bathrooms. They'll avoid tunneling themselves like that.
Yeah, definitely early on in the round, so it seems really strange to me. XM10 going to be eliminated early here. So only the 1-for-1. I felt like I was going to have to stop myself and go mad for keys. Not the case. So that could come back to bite them ever so slightly. Fame kind of ready, but also needs to be careful. They're just playing things slowly here on the NORDAVIND side. Waiting for maybe someone to move their way, but there's nothing really approaching. So they have to make a move, and well, they get double sprayed by Fame, of course. He will get clapped out by Tensky's Deeg, an M4 retrieved. And damage being done. If they can get a bomb plant, they'll be pretty happy with this result. Anything more than this in terms of frags would be really good. And if they move quickly, bomb plant should be doable. It's not a great spot for the MP9 to be in there. He does eventually move across. He was waiting to see if they were going to push into him. A well-timed Molotov, and the fact that he spotted both of them out means the containment is coming in. Dire from behind, rotation through from Senator as well. Where it becomes a lot harder. Tensky just checking behind. 30 seconds here, Keith. I'm not really sure why we're winding the clock down so much. You do have to move a bit quick. I suppose they're trying to hold off the flanks. I'm not quite sure what's happened with the positioning here. I suppose it's a quick flank from RU Fire, sure, but they've conceded the site. Conceded the bomb plant, maybe, surely. No, not going to happen. HS, the timing is so unfortunate for him. He gets caught outside the smoke. That is a mess indeed, and Tensky can be the only one on the D. Can't get it done. RU Fire's wildly risky reposition pays off as he gets the perfect timing, and it will be the 9th in for SG.PRO. A pretty solid start to the second half, despite losing the pistols. So really, really good turnaround from them.
Yeah, this is quite the turnaround. Really impressed with how they've handled the last few rounds. NORDAVIND making the errors and SG.PRO just capitalizing. That's what it is. Dire actually gets overwhelmed. Harry, surprised he lived so long, will go down. It's only 1 kill. No biggie. That is alright. And NORDAVIND look to extend this a little bit, Scriv. AKs. They want to keep putting up a fight, but SG.PRO wants to get on the CT side of their map choice. I mean, it should be no surprise to NORDAVIND that SG.PRO are a bit more comfortable.
A bit more. Still not out of the woods just yet. really slow start here from NORDAVIND, which I think they've been kind of falling back on. They tried fast in the second round, and it screwed them massively. Arguably a bit too passive. I suppose they don't have much utility to work with, so hoping someone on the SG.PRO side of things gets a bit overzealous to begin with. It's not a bad strategy. Just not working, because no one on the SG.PRO side is. They're really believing in their setups and playing things nice and passive as well. So it ends up, you know, they don't use much of their utility early. Oh, and you get peeked out. And that one frag has such an impact. It's like, okay, we spotted them. We can solidly rotate 4 people into B. This is about to be a bloodbath here. And yeah, getting double peeked at short. NORDAVIND, surely not a chance. Yeah, not going to happen for them here. Just getting clapped out. HS the only one left in the 1 versus 3. Not looking too good at all. And he will get dropped. Wow, what has happened? What has happened here?
Yeah.
NORDAVIND are getting just demolished. I don't know what the fix is. This is weird.
They just need success in their default. They're just really, they're feeling forced into these monster hits, into these B hits, and they're just not taking the map control that's given to them at the beginning of the round. SG.PRO are capitalizing, right? Good utility usage early round from SG, and then just kind of closing in and making these B holds, crossfires really strong. I think NORDAVIND need to just hit that soft reset button, maybe do a water take early, and then just kind of sit and wait. They need to get control, let other players work in their default across the map, bait out some utility, and go from there. Kind of the same issue SG.PRO running into. And it doesn't help that your entry fraggers are not getting the opening kill, Scriv.
This is a strange one though, a little more pace in it. Oh, the fade away coming through from NATO and Groman. Fame, meanwhile, going to drop 2 players. Left very, very low though. Intensky coming in with a quick flank. This should be absolutely perfect. He's so distracted. Yeah, easy pickup. AWP retrieved 3 versus 2 just like that. They do have a kit available. They do have the utility available. Oh, going to lock 2 players out over on long. Although the aggression coming in from Croman, and he's like, well, thank you very much. 2 smokes right here. I can hide away. I can play around them. I can drop the key players. Beautiful stuff from NORDAVIND, and a bit more pace to it. Catches SG.PRO off guard. They will just about have the cash to buy up here, but certainly putting them on the ropes now. NORDAVIND are hot on their heels.
That is for sure. Good time for a pause from SG. A lot rides on this round, right? Economic sustainability. Taking a decent lead. Quite a bit actually goes into this one, so gonna want to take their time to just talk about what's going on. And here we go, Scriv. Up in the hands of Kai's. AKs, lone M4, double M4 for the NORDAVIND side. They've done it with pistols. But can they bounce it back once again, Scriv? Breaking the CT money here is prime.
Malta play for, really key one. Really, really key one towards the tail end of SG.PRO's map pick. And again, if they end up losing it in the beginning of the series, it would be somewhat disastrous, I think. Don't know whether they would be able to recover. It is on thin ice. That's for sure. Here we go. Moving up short very, very slowly, but early on in the round here from NORDAVIND. It is being watched by Keys. They're kind of ready for it. Beautiful flicks coming in, looking for more. He will eventually drop, but surely damage done. However, Fame at long caught completely with his pants down. That could be the difference maker. Tensky strikes at the perfect moment to drop the array. And suddenly a 3v2 for NORDAVIND. Despite the heroics of Keys, it might not be enough. Another smoke coming in, a drop down as well. excuse me. Okay, I think it was Sinatorin from Bank, maybe. That's more reasonable. Still, 2v2, not over just yet. Defuse coming in, brilliant nade from Tensky. He's not gotten off it, though. Oh. He's not gotten off it, no way. He just stays on it. RU Fire's actually going to get the 10-second defuse in. That's mad. The balls of steel, the absolute balls of steel. Oh, goodness gracious me. I feel like you should have maybe just gone for a repeat there. If you're NORDAVIND. Oh my god, that's insane.
That is just so wild to me. And if Kai's only gets one here, it's round done. But he gets the 2. Oh, and this T-buy is significantly better than SG.PRO, who, by the way, I'm very disappointed that RU Fire and Senator did not downgrade. At this point, I think their economic decisions are very poor. On a map like Overpass CT side, you simply need utility. Now you're gonna have to retake B. You're iced out. You have one player short. The rest are behind smokes. I don't know, Scriv. Very questionable to me, and they're gonna have to save. Like, again, if they had downgraded weapons and utility, maybe they stay alive. Maybe they don't get overrun like this, right? Maybe they can go for this retake, but without it, like, I just don't understand it.
Does seem a bit mad. Does definitely seem a bit strange. Should be able to save though. Okay, I guess not. Maybe he was trapped ever so slightly at graffiti, but the 2 players here from the A side of things should be able to save quite easily. But NORDAVIND once again, although they let it slip, and it's a really difficult situation. NORDAVIND are straight back in, right? They're straight back on those heels, not giving SG.PRO any room to breathe with at all. But this is coming all the way down to the wire, and they're going to go for a buy here. I suppose they kind of have to even out that economy, what with the save players and a Hail Mary kind of play, but it's not great. I think the 2 players with their knives out have deagles and no real utility, and then an MP9. There's also no kits at all here, so do or die in this round. This could be the difference maker for NORDAVIND if they can get it on the board.
Oh, man, what a game. Through long come NORDAVIND. 4 players leaving the late lurk. Contact play until the flash comes in. Utility aplenty. Mollies and smokes. Kai's, he's coming through the M4. Spraying wildly. Molly to truck. They haven't fought him. They're not fighting him. They're letting him frag out. Those are 2 huge kills from Croman, and they know where Senator is. They manage it somehow, Scriv. In the panic and the chaos. I can only imagine what their comms were like, because they must have been through the roof.
Mad. Absolutely mad. It's got to be all over the place right now, right? I think that's kind of what it comes down to. This is all the way down to the wire. Again, though, it's the pick of SG.PRO. We really did question it because NORDAVIND are a fairly confident team on it and a pretty decent squad. And yet they go for the overpass and leave such great maps for NORDAVIND. So if they can't get this one, I feel like Nuke is just not going to work for them at all. Nice little 1-for-1 trade early on. NORDAVIND, they're kind of learning from their previous lessons where it's like, whoa, if one of them's getting aggressive, maybe the entire team is there again. Perhaps we should take it a bit slower. Now going to meet some resistance, and again, 1-for-1. Still a lot of players around. Bullet kill coming untraded. There it is. Dire with the double. 2v1 now for Harry. He has to act fast to try and find the trade here. Player with the scout comes in from heaven. He drops in pretty quickly, gets his hands onto the bomb, and the plant will come in easily. Molly pushes him out. Dire trying to spray him down. He's a little too late, though. The hero play to bring it into a double situation. Oh, but Harry has escaped him. No, Dire, that sucks so hard. Fantastic timing from him. I think he caught one of the players quick switching between nade and rifle, right? It was so good, but he just cannot convert in the end. And once again, SG.PRO let it slip at that final hurdle.
Harry doesn't re-smoke short, and instead just plays for the idea that the best post play in that situation is Pit, right? Plant for Heaven, trying to get CT, and Harry just plants for Heaven and just goes back monster. Really smart stuff from Harry there. That's just a clean, calm clutch. You love to see it. And he's right back to short, looking for an opening pick. Gets triple peek, still throws the nade, deals damage with it. He's stuck. No nades to force him out. The bullets will do the job. No escape for Senator, however, as HS about to get double peeked himself. This is getting really weird this round, Scriv. Again, NORDAVIND just throwing bodies at bodies. Like, there's no real reason to fight back to back like that.
Little mad. Okay. Fire just running straight into HS. At least the trade coming in. Another wild round to keep up with. But we'll see. We're dropping down. Bomb obviously escaping him here. They are somewhat split though. I mean, should be able to trade cleanly, but if he eliminates one of these players quickly and prepares for the second. Ooh, great Molotov as well. Going to push Dire out. Just playing it nice and passive. I'm going to peek out. Oh, that's so unfortunate. He dropped Dire with the molly as well. He pulls out utility just as Fame peaks. A lot of timing going the way of these teams at the perfect moment. However, SG.PRO very costly in the end. Still going to be a bit of a broken buy coming into round number 27.
Yeah, they put themselves in the situation where even if the T's lose the round, it's so close and loss bonus is still there for NORDAVIND that their buy is just simply better. Again, another round, another situation where I might sound harsh, but Kaise and Dire, someone has to downgrade for utility. I'm sorry, but the A site needs it, the B site needs it for retakes. You lose a lot of your utility early round on overpass. In fact, they're not budgeting for it. It still hurts my heart to the core, Scriv. And look at this. They know this player loves bathrooms, and they'll just trade Fame out. They're willing to take that trade 9 times out of 10. Now, this utility on B has to rotate up to A. They're going to use it right away, if not close to it, right? Even a little fake execute from NORDAVIND will bait out those mollies, so it's getting weird. Good push from RU Fire. Will it be expected, though? Oh, it is now. Maybe not. He hasn't opened the door. There it is. He knows. Tensky knows that was the B player. It's clear.
Yep. Yep. Gonna clear things out, and he's pretty sure of the fact. Could be a player at Graffiti, and of course the sort of regular, like, autopilot Heaven smoke coming in. Just being extra safe here, but able to make their way in pretty cleanly. RU Fire will be rotating back nice and fast, but has to be go down too early. Swing comes in from Chrome and reads him perfectly. I think heard him drop into the water. 3 versus 2 ensues. Do they want to go for this? They don't really have the cash. I mean, they don't really have the cash even if they save. So perhaps the hero play required. It's a difficult decision for these two players. Seemingly going to try and go for it. They're going to drop it all onto Senator, and broken spray downs will mean the peak comes in from short. 14th for NORDAVIND secured. Certainly hard fought here, but it looks like they may well have weathered the storm towards the end. No real money to speak of for SG.PRO. They're going to buy up and go for the Hail Mary, force buy themselves into oblivion or somehow turn it around. But a miracle is required. NORDAVIND looking in pretty good shape to take things over the line here and go into nuke with that 1-0 tick in their favor, which would be a great feeling, particularly because of the cleanliness they've had on nuke already today against Crazy.
Yeah, this is a big one. Not gonna lie, surprised they're not saving for round 29. I'm gonna be honest. Very surprised. Fame making them pay. Again, traded out appropriately. Deagle only getting the 1. Quick rotates again from SG.PRO. They're kind of the buy like this. And the round count they're on. kind of mandatory to rotate numbers up. Early primary smoke to come in, just to bait out utility. A secondary towards jump up. This is gonna get nasty, Scriv.
Okay, yes, it does indeed. Sinitor, not even the third, but he's done enough damage. However, turned around real fast. What has happened here into a 1v1, and NATO able to win it just about. That is a mad round so fast, and if that doesn't really sum up this game or sum up this map so far, I don't know what will, Keith. That was crazy. But it's NORDAVIND to come away with the round. And the 15th hit, another edgy, difficult force buy here for SG.PRO. Really not looking too good as they have to win 2 in a row to take us to overtime, and this buy to begin that journey is not great. NORDAVIND somehow able to turn that ones around, and SG.PRO I think just going to be so beat up about it. It's been a really tough journey for them this evening. It really has.
Oh man, dropped my camera. I had to pick it up. Script.
Done.
NORDAVIND trying to come in through Monster, and it's all chroming. The SMGs are trying, but Tensky and Harry not gonna let this one slip away. That should do it. It's gonna be NORDAVIND stealing SG.PRO's map pick. It's Fame alone. Nice headshot on the first, but man, does he find 2 more? I mean, I'm down to believe, Scriv, but this is tough.
Definitely not an easy task. There's anyone that's capable on it on this side, though. 22 frags so far, which is pretty damn good. If he can get 2 more, he keeps him alive. Oh, spots the shoulder. Dink through the box as well onto HS. Reload going to come off. Nice little shoulder peek. He knows where they're both at now. Going to go for the swing. He needs them to peek into him, though, and it's just not happening. They are set up so well for this. He'll start to creep around, but he's too low. Harry takes him down. 16-13 as NORDAVIND will indeed take SG.PRO's, we can now fully say, questionable map pick in the form of Overpass. We'll be moving into Nuke, and that is not going to be a great time for SG.PRO, to be honest. They need a miracle here to stay alive in this series, to stay alive in the tournament. Really not had a great evening, and you do have to feel for them because they've been very unlucky on some of these maps for sure, right? 16-12 against Honoris earlier on Mirage, and now a 16-13 on Overpass. It's an unenviable position. You really do feel for them here.
Yeah, you kind of have to. It's been not the best of nights for SG.PRO, and now it's kind of snowballing, where now you're going into a map that Crazy just got rolled on. And not a lot of people would consider SG.PRO a better team like Crazy's. NORDAVIND looking kind of really comfortable moving in this next map. It's, of course, their pick. If memory serves, it's Nuke, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's gonna be worrisome. So we're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, it's to the plant we go. It's the nuclear plant after this break.
Nice shot. Lock and load.
Wow, very good. Let me show you how it is done. Yeah, no. Woo, damn! That was one of the best tickle fights I've been to.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Whew, that was hard. To Malta Vibes, brought to you by Gaming Malta, home of gaming excellence. My name's Skid Fortune, joined once more by Scriv. And my man, we're on to map number 2. It's Nuke, and it's NORDAVIND's pick. And if we look bottom left below Scriv, if you can point down for the folks. There you are. A little more to your... Yep, perfect. There's his Twitter, as well as the series score. So that's important to remember. The NORDAVIND stole SG.PRO's map pick, so that's a little worrisome. Keep in mind, winner of this proceeds to the playoffs. Loser is unfortunately eliminated. Scriv. Kind of a very cutthroat, straight to business type of tourney.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way it is, man. The online Counter-Strike, we got a lot of teams to get through, a lot of days to get through, so you have to perform. There's a little bit of a chance for a drop initially, but you have to perform ultimately towards the tail end of the day. And yeah, this is not going to be easy, that is for sure. I feel like NORDAVIND, probably one of the most comfortable maps coming into things here, alongside the likes of Inferno, perhaps you could say. But Nuke has looked really, really good for them, and they've played it already today. They feel pretty confident. A 12-3 half, I believe, against Crazy. We didn't cast that game, but I think if memory serves, looking at the scores and all that kind of stuff. Meanwhile, SG.PRO, probably one of their worst maps behind their permaban, so not looking too good in that sense. It would be a surprise if they're able to take Nuke, I think, even to themselves. So really going to have to turn things up.
Some would say it's bananas.
Yo. We got some of it.
You didn't get all the banana?
Yeah, I didn't get all the banana. So do you want to do it? Oh, that's better. That's way better. Yo, that is a cool shirt. I like that. I like that very much.
I felt it fit really nicely with where you're headed.
Yeah, so. Well, I mean, it would be, right?
I can't completely stand up. I'm literally wearing my pajama pants with penguins on them.
That's cool.
So that's a little embarrassing. But I'm wearing penguin pants, banana shirts. Kind of perfect for this best of 3.
It's just the way the world is at the moment, right? I think most people are like that, so...
Whenever I can toss in a banana joke while wearing a banana shirt, Scriv, I will.
That's completely fair. Like, you know, you've got to get the banana jokes in. Wherever reasonable, of course. Family friendly.
I mean, they also have some radiation in them, and we're on Nuke. The ties are endless, Scriv.
I mean, that sounds like a bit of a mad conspiracy theory to me.
No, I'm pretty sure bananas have a little bit of radiation in them. Chat can confirm.
Potassium. It's not.
I'm pretty sure. Let me Google it. Let me make sure I'm right.
Yeah, just make sure, because you may well spark something unintentionally here, which is never ideal. Might get a few, messages.
The radiation exposure from consuming a banana is approximately 1% of the daily exposure to radiation, which is 100 bananas equivalent doses. So there's 1%. So there is radiation in bananas.
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair. You learn something new every day. Educational, as well as exciting here. Malta vibes. I don't know. A bit of a wild segue. We've really gone in on this banana thing. Look, and the game started. The pistols started. We had the loot bet odds coming up, of course, in favor of NORDAVIND. And we've also got SG.PRO making their way over to heaven in the first kind of 30 seconds of the round. So real fast stuff here once again from SG.PRO. Of course it is, because that's what they like. That's what they're going for. Perfect timing coming in. Meanwhile, on the lower side of things, HS good for 1. It's a little crazy. And Sinator's the only one left. 1v2, bomb not there for him. NATO at one angle, chroming him from behind. Dead to rights, and it will be NORDAVIND picking up the pistol.
Whew. Pistol and the CT start. There we go. Not bad. SG.PRO, kind of the kings of force buys, at least so far this series. Trying to get it done. Senator, 1 with the scout. Don't give him a chance to get 2. Deagle as a secondary. Oh, go on. Picks up the Galil, but by the time he does that, Tensky is there and ready. It leaves just Are You Fire now, Scriv. And that should be that. Maybe one more kill, maybe. But it's looks NORDAVIND are gonna jump up to 2. The 3 should be free, Scriv. But if Fire continues his damage, it's gonna hurt NORDAVIND more than it helps them.
Yeah, and he has an opportunity to make some money right now. Low HP players. Ooh, HS takes a bullet in the side and able to just about drop off. Speaking of dropping, Fire, of course, going to go down the vents here and looking to try and catch someone off guard. Maybe they think he's got the bomb. Tensky, oh, he does get the drop on him, but just not enough HP, right? Tensky in with the 4K in that round. And just keeping things safe, right? The bare minimum of 3 that we always talk about. Bending off the force buy, which is a nice little start. Third should be nice and simple here. SG.PRO, of course, is to be expected after losing the pistol, struggling earlier. Ooh. Icy from Dire. Not bad. Not bad. Maybe if they can find a couple more here, right? Keeping that CT side economy as under wraps as possible is not too bad early on. It's just when the rifles come out, they need to be finding those pretty cleanly. And NORDAVIND, you feel like with this strong start, although Deagles keep coming in, but with this strong start, NORDAVIND should be able to convert it into a nice early rifle round going their way.
Well, it's Dire, Scriv. If he gets another, that's actually worrying for NORDAVIND. Like, that is just not good. Thought he would have connected that. NATO made sure he falls. M4's picked up. Perfect. That'll do. 3-0 SG.PRO AKs aplenty, Scriv. But as you can see, they've overbought the last couple rounds. And a couple players lacking in some utility. You're missing a smoke on Kai's, right? I don't know why Dire and Fire aren't fully buying up, Scriv. Like, I'm actually, like, question marks above my head confused. Harry, pushing in towards Hut. 1 to the AK. Gets banged up through the wall, but there's a ramp aggression coming in at the same time, and it's getting cleaned up. It's a 2v2. The madness pursues. Tensky expects the off angle, but can't pull down in time for fame. What is going on?
Oh, it's SG.PRO taking the round. That's what's going on. The dink lands as well from NATO. You know why they didn't buy utility? It's because how do you win CSGO, bro? Click head. Right? Duh. Like, you don't need utility. What is this? This is a waste of my money. It's a waste of my time. Just click head. And I mean, it works. So, can't knock it. And with the fact that the economy has been kept modest, it wasn't 3 super dominant rounds from NORDAVIND. They are able to buy here, but it's not a great one, right? Lacking in utility. 2 MP9. Certainly workable on a map like Nuke, but still. Back foot coming into this round. HS through the smoke, though, is able to pick up Fame and Dire. Beautiful stuff. NATO, meanwhile, also chiming in. It's fallen apart just like that. Blink and you'll miss it, Keith. NORDAVIND get the 4th on the return, and SG.PRO, fire with fireworks for them, but when NORDAVIND play it slightly more passively, get the brain game working, well, they get that flawless round. Been looking for it for a while, and it comes.
Wow. Okay. This game is already going the way I thought it would have. With NORDAVIND getting in trouble, then immediately bouncing back and clearing their name in sorts. I can't believe NATO finds that shot on Senator. Must have been an absurdly tight angle. Flashing for the secret player to peek. Harry is in such a good spot. Should not get cleared. Yeah, you just see them first. What a wonderful round from NORDAVIND, Scriv. If they can keep 5 alive, it sets them up for quite a while. It's really well done.
Yeah, this is kind of the issue with the T side, I suppose. It's like once you get that foot in the door, you've got to keep it going. You've got to actually find some momentum, and the one-track speedy T side from SG.PRO that worked in that first round, but only, I think, because NORDAVIND tried to play into them and realized, okay, well, maybe that's not going to work so much. It came awfully close, you have to bear in mind, right? A 1v1, 12 HP, I think, was the difference. But SG.PRO, when NORDAVIND are like, okay, go on then, show us how it's done. You know, they're just not able to replicate. And now, losing a couple in a row, real clean stuff from NORDAVIND, right? Look at this economy already. And they should be able to pick up a 6th here. And again, if they can do it flawlessly, would be fantastic. In a lot of different ways. Nice little outside execute coming in, so SG.PRO clearly, you know, do have the protocols there. Just a case of whether they're able to use them or not. Large chunk of damage taken through the smoke. NATO got to be careful. Does manage to land the flick onto the first, but he is surely going down. No, they line up. Oh, God, he keeps on going with the no-scope. What is this from NATO Sapphics? He's denied the ace by HS, but I mean, he holds him down against the pistols, and AWP having to back off, missing shots. That's not supposed to happen. You're meant to get overwhelmed. Nuts flick on the first, but you can kind of give him the benefit of the doubt there. There's a lot of targets. However, collapse followed by the nose. That's mad.
That's what do I say, Scriv? How do I add to that play? It speaks for itself.
Yeah,
NATO is
right.
dialed in, isn't he? It kind of speaks volumes to where he's at right now. Looking really well. Looking really, really good. SG.PRO, AKs, op, still in the hands of Kai's. Glass cannon. Nice thing about T-side nuke, you really only need 5, 6 rounds. You could get by with 4. Honestly, you can get even by with 3. It's just getting there confidently, right? You gotta keep reminding yourself, it's the map, it's the map, it's the map. It's not 4, we need 4, we need 4. Good trade from Fame. Desperately needed that one. Croman caught in the backup. His nade is essentially useless. But look at NORDAVIND. They already have 2 players down below Scriv. No way SG.PRO are ready for this. And they are backing up. They got a feeling. And it's not a good one. So they're backing up.
HS going to keep looking for information. As he finds no one here, it becomes evidently obvious that it's an 8-hit. Harry going to hold down for 2. Croman chiming in as well. Fame the only one left. Just like that. It all falls apart. Fame seems to be finding the heads. They do need to be a bit careful, but there you go. HS in. They don't expect the second player in the same position. And despite his 3k, nothing coming for SG.PRO. A timeout to be taken as another fairly dominant round from the CT side comes in. So really starting to look dire. Of course, already a map down, losing their own map pick, coming into one of their most unfavorable maps. And they're off to a very slow start. This is not looking good for SG.PRO.
Yeah, you can say that again, can't you? NORDAVIND are looking really good. Wanting to make this a fast day, Scriv. Last best of 3 of the day. Keep that in mind until tomorrow, of course. And it's just some pistols, armor, Fame, and a molly getting spammed on the ladder. His teammate's gotten a kill, and he will as well. Hang on now. The sneaky play works out. They didn't expect him in vent. Now NATO, if he gets one and done, that's it. That could be round script. This is getting weird. A big clear from Chrome, and NATO gets his head popped. And hang on, this can get really bad really quickly.
The fact that it's come to this already is worrisome, right? And they're split. Oh, timing here for Croman is pretty good. We'll find that frag onto Sinator. Does that at the very least kind of gives the game away? It seems like they're going towards B. Oh, the plant out in the open as well. A massive mistake. 2 versus 2 keys. The bomb unwittingly dropped by him. And now they have to try and pick up the pieces on the T side. Perfect drop coming down from Harry. He's not quite able to find the frag. Meanwhile, Dire had crept in to pick up Croman. We might just have lost any kind of advantage here. The doors are shut just in time. Harry doing so much damage onto RU Fire, but can't find the frag. Needs to try and get the reload off, and he can't. They close him down. And SG.PRO will get their second round on the board against all the odds there, and that is really good. It gives them a nice little injection boost, nice financial boost. They've just got a big loan from the government, and they are able to find themselves that second round and now feel real comfortable coming into this one. So this is a chance for them to turn things around here towards the tail end of our first half.
Yeah, and you would think NORDAVIND would have a bit more cash, but no. Being halted really hard with how close these rounds have been. And just look what's going on. It's a lobby crunch from NORDAVIND. They know just when to break these lobby crunches out. Pensky, can he find the other? He can. Senator alone v2. Bomb is down. Lobby's lost. Hoping to not walk into Mr. Mosby. I mean, this lobby's in a lot of trouble, and it's Pensky to find him. Scriv, do you get that reference?
Give it to me one more time.
Mr. Mosby in the lobby.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I thought that was
Good.
what you said.
You're cultured. Amazing.
The Prindle, right? That's the
Yeah.
funny one. Yo,
Yeah.
I used to love that show.
The
man,
Sweet
honestly.
Life on deck, and
Oh,
then
bro,
Sweet Life
yeah,
Zach
yeah.
Cody. Yeah.
So-
What a reference, though. That's all going.
That is a
back.
good one. That is a good one. Yeah. That is a real good one, actually. Reference game on point. I'll give you some,
Reference points.
yeah, nice little golf clap.
Thank you. Ooh, even better. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I'll like lift my head, wave with the ball in my hand. I sit like an eagle putt. You know. Thank you. Thank you.
Bit of a slower one here. We've been chatting a fair amount. Not as much going down. So, NORDAVIND, their lobby crunch successful. And then they go right back to playing passive. SG.PRO. Ooh, trying to find an advantage somewhere. I think Croman's just spotted the legs on the edge of that smoke. Wants to go for it desperately. He really wants this. It's going to happen for him. Meanwhile, over at Mini, Senator just swings in. Takes down Harry. HS in a really good spot to maybe find some catches in. Not going to happen for him, though. It's NATO, the only one to have found a frag so far. And he's real far away from the action. Not looking too good at all. Croman, nice nade coming in. 3 versus 2. It was a 4 versus 2 initially. Surely they don't lose this. Ooh. That spooky little smoke. I think we saw this pulled out a little earlier. It might have been crazy. I can't quite remember who it was that we saw use it. But regardless, Key's going to take down Croman. It's ultimately to no avail. And NATO will go back to saving. So SG.PRO will be in with their third. This back and forth is still going to be tough for them, though. Won't give them as many rounds as they would like, so hopefully another chance at stringing them together works out more successfully, because it kind of needs to. Is what? Let me think. It'd still end up being like an 11-4 half if it carries on being 1 for 1 for 1 for 1. Maybe even more than that for NORDAVIND, so yeah, you need to string some together here if you are SG.PRO.
Here we are. Off of NATO's hands, M4s agree with your point, Scriv. A must-win round for NORDAVIND, or for SG, excuse me. String them together. It's your only real way, sadly, to get this T side to be decent. And SG.PRO outside smokes, very simple, very classy. And Fame will destroy Tensky. So now this rotate down is oh so important. Do they expect a player in vent? I don't know how Harry beats Fame there and picks up his gun while dropping nades and flashes. What is going on? Chrome in the easiest kill to get all game. Here comes HS and he doubles in. How do SG.PRO let this happen? It's RU Fire and he's gone. They rotate vent while the player's in vent. What?
Yeah, basically. And I think definitely a pause needed after that one. It may well have gone a bit heated there in the comms after that. Goodness gracious me. And that's going to be the key one to kind of turn it around. The cash for RU Fire and Senator really not there. I feel like probably a half buy coming in from the T side and will give NORDAVIND the double digits in theory. And I feel like NORDAVIND could just go for the pace, go for the speed. Because that's where they're finding most of the rounds. It's certainly strange that it's being brought so close in these like passive rounds, these safe rounds. SG.PRO able to get it, and then they're like, okay, speed time. Why not just do that from the get-go? Honestly, like, it seems to be working so well for them. And we'll see if they do that. We'll see if they do indeed turn things around. But wild showing here from NORDAVIND, and kind of what we expected. SG.PRO backs up against it. UMP and a Deeg really not looking too good. Utility available, of course, but it's going to be so hard for them. NORDAVIND once again moving back into this passive setup though, and this is where SG.PRO recently has been able to get the better of them. We'll see if that continues.
Yeah, not so sure it will. It's been kind of NORDAVIND's turnaround. These off angles gonna be oh so difficult, right? How do you break into this one? SG.PRO really relying on Kai's here, Scriv. Will he find a pick? Can he find a pick? Back towards outside. Do you like this move? I am mixed emotions. I do like the deep smoke, so that's a good change.
Oh, not going to work for them though. Tensky almost 3. But not quite. He gets away with 2 on top of the smoke. Nice idea, but executed poorly, I suppose. NATO going to take down RU Fire down below, and it will now be a 4-on-2. Fame going to have to do most of the work. 100 HP. Able to creep in, but Croman ready for him on that angle. I think he'd heard him step just kind of at the last second as well. All going to be onto keys. He's getting flanked. He's got players in front of him, trying to run in like a madman. Not going to work. And it will be the 10th round for NORDAVIND hit. And with no cash available, I mean, they might even look to force here. Gonna go halfway. Do they fully commit? Not looking likely. So, should be an 11th here for NORDAVIND in theory. SG.PRO have not found too much success with their half-buy, force-buy scenarios. I think they did find, like, the second round, but it's not been massively consistent. It's not been a huge problem for NORDAVIND since then, especially. And then to fend off against the final buy of the half in the next, it could be a 12-3 half quite easily here for NORDAVIND. This is scary, scary stuff if you were the T side. And again, it goes back to that interesting overpass pick when Mirage was open. And I feel like that's going to be, if that's in the back of my mind, I'm sure it's in the back of theirs.
Yeah, 11 rounds would be so brutal, wouldn't it? Harry doesn't want to get spammed here, Scriv. Very early on, the Deagles. Oh, what a nade! As his body goes flying, they all take damage, and it's just sheep to the slaughter. Senator, if he would have hit the third, I would have lost my mind, but he gets two. Scriv, what a silly round and a silly game so far, but it's NORDAVIND to maintain. They get to 11. SG.PRO halted, and their last chance at a round.
Here we go. I mean, 11-4, like you say, is pretty damn brutal, but better than 12-3, I guess. Really, yeah, really tough stuff. And I mean, this is what we expected. This is why we put so much weight on Overpass for the T side, and maybe they put a bit too much weight on it themselves, SG.PRO. Sucks, man. Certainly does suck, and they had a lot of close rounds towards the end there. Okay, Fame going to open up here. Speedy towards ramp, but not dropping just yet. Croman has just crept in around the corner. They will check it all, but half-heartedly. He's only able to get one, though. Looks like they might be able to steal a round away here. HS lives way too long, but they will drop him eventually. And all onto NATO in a 1v4. He'd probably save usually, but obviously he can't, so we'll see here. Smoke coming in. Ooh, if he gets good timing, he could drop the bomb. Not going to be the case. Dildo able to just about creep in behind them. They are not ready for this at all. Oh, this could be huge. Nice 1v coming in on the first, but immediately traded back. Anticlimactic. However, it's a fourth for SG.PRO, softening the blow as best that they can, but they need to not only do what NORDAVIND did on their own CT side, but then some. So this is a really, really tough second half. It's certainly doable on Nuke. It is certainly doable, although the CT-sidedness has been waived slightly in recent history. It is not out of the question. NORDAVIND, though, you would assume with this being not only their map pick, they've also played it today, they're also fairly comfortable on it. You would think they've got a decent T side available, so SG.PRO with their work cut out, that is for sure. And it begins with the pistol.
Yeah, I'd say if they... yeah, I was going to first mention the live odds. Yeah, little leaning NORDAVIND's way. I guess little's not the best descriptor. Kind of a lot. Shout out to Lupit, by the way. Awesome partners. And you can check them out in the banner below. But pistol, not necessarily a must win, but for your confidence and for considering where you are round count wise and how the first game went, I'd say it's almost a must win, Scriv.
All right, here we go. Bit of nade damage to open up, but the fast play coming through from the T side. Dire dropping back, giving them the control. However, they will hightail it back towards the A-bomb site, try and catch them off guard. Keys is here with the CZ. The bounce comes in from NATO. Will it be enough? Looks likely, as the reload has to come in from that CZ. The quick rotation from Fame is cut off, and it's all onto Dire. 1v3. Oh, swings out and is taken down to 1 HP instantly. Harry to finish him off as well. 12th round for NORDAVIND. Pistol on board. Pretty clean stuff. Even with the great positioning of Keys, he's just not able to get it done. And it's kind of interesting. NATO, you know, he bounces out with a nice little bit of bunny hopping. Okay, really cool. Yes, he dies instantly. But you have to bear in mind that CZ could have been devastating. The fact that it only finds one and he has to back off, reload, his teammates don't quite have the cover, and then the T's are able to fully surround that A-bomb site means that as soon as he peeks back up after the reload, he's a goner. So the CZ could have had a lot more impact on NATO's movement, perhaps unbeknownst to him. I don't think it was the intention, but he really does deny the impact of the, you know, fully automatic pistol. Really minutiae thing, but makes a difference for sure.
Oh, here we go. The double entry P90 from Croman. Insult to injury. Add salt to that wound. Looking like Ricks. Not as jacked, of course. And as the bomb goes down, it's NORDAVIND who will pick up a 13th. SG.PRO will scatter. They'll save. And means next round's kind of almost must-win territory, isn't it, Scriv? Because you have to buy up, essentially, I'd think.
Uh-oh. Cue the Jaws music. Smoke coming in to let them close the gap as well. Looking good here, making some money. Gotta be careful, some tags coming in, but ultimately they're just able to outnumber and a bit of I don't know what that was. Divine intervention on their side, but NATO with the jumping Mac 10 is a bit nasty. Bit dirt nasty. There you are, 13th secured, Keith. Looking good here. Going to be an eco coming out from SG.PRO where they don't have any of the saved weapons from the previous round, so no real pressure on NATO and the boys coming into this one. Feeling pretty comfortable. See where it goes. Lovely early smokes as well here, so maybe even a bit of innovation from NORDAVIND.
Maybe. The heaven stack. Look at them. All those angels. It's a shame the stack is just in the wrong place. They're headed towards B, Scriv. They're down ramp. They're through secret. And Tensky, oh, he sees them all. The Mac 10 needs all the kills and he wants it. Time to reload and even reaggress. Here comes the Mac 10s. The Heaven player's in trouble. Fame is gone and they are getting cleaned up. Dire is being chased heavily. And there's the 13 turned 14. SG.PRO will buy Scriv. It'll be an op on Kai's. No utility. M4s around it. They just haven't had much to talk about go their way, have they?
No. This is very quickly, Keith, into do or die. Yeah. It's what we expected, but it's just that looming first map. In the ideal world, we would have been going to the third here, but it's just not been the ideal night for SG.PRO. That is for sure. Early damage done onto RU5. He's left on 11 HP before he's even able to fire back, Keith. That's really got to suck. Fame, meanwhile, oh, he's also tagged up. I was going to say, though, Key's coming in with the aggression really well read. Will manage to find the first, and that could be the difference. There's still some low HP bars here, but an opener for SG.PRO is certainly going to ease some of the pressure and give them, well, the advantage, and hopefully they can work with that. They're really going to have to, because it's starting to drip a bit. Is the sweat. Maybe a bit of breathing room. However, NORDAVIND first test for them into this second half.
Fame has a gap in the smoke. Here's them running by. He's going to call to Kai's that they're going in towards your heaven position. But Kai's is stuck between two angles. He's going to completely reset. And while that kill from Tensky may just pull them back to mini or up into heaven itself. Completely avoiding Kai's. And I think if they find this player, which I believe it's Senator, that should just be the round. I think they'll concede. Fame's going to try, though, from mini. There's HS, and he's got them both. Did not stand a chance as Kai's comes in from the heaven. Cannot land a shot. HS with 3 impressive kills. 15 now, Scriv. We're almost done here.
Yeah, it certainly looks that way, doesn't it? This is really, really not looking good at all. Hail Mary, bye. Say your prayers, boys. They do have the one M4, but that is it. MP9's Swag 7. And, of course, the FAMAS. No deep utility to speak of. They'll work with what they've got. It is new. It is certainly doable with lesser utility here. Ooh, Croman, yeah, I was going to say, got to be careful. Are you going to capitalize on him going for the reload? Is Croman going to be avenged? He will indeed. Kai's coming in with some trades. It is still an advantage for SG.PRO, but they had one in the previous round. They weren't really able to work it, and Kai's maybe sticking around a little while too long. Tensky going to take him down, and that evens up the playing field here. 1 minute and 15 seconds left. It should be very doable for NORDAVIND. Great utility usage, making life very awkward for Fame. He's tagged down to 50, and the CTs are split all across the map, as you can see as we switch between them. They are not together. Trade's not going to be easy. So someone has to stand strong. Someone has to be the hero.
Yeah, no doubt. And there's Fame with a 1. Direk sneaks through. He doesn't want to pick up a gun. It'll make noise. Both T's have bomb. They can go to ramp. They can go up through heaven. They can do whatever they want. And Dire and Fame are just, I think, going to gamble towards A. And if they go B and get a plant, they'll trust Senator to lock it out. And they are going to go heaven. Oh, did he see him? I don't think so. They got some really good timing. Is Dire still holding it, though? That's the question. He is. One, NATO comes out. He's walking out. Dire caught off. Win from NATO. And he expects the second to be towards the door. But with this Molly, just waits it out. And at least he'll get plant money, Scriv.
Yeah, there is that. Uh-oh. Maybe they'll get the round. Maybe they'll get the round. Maybe you spoke a bit too soon, Keith. Senator, 1v1. Timing going to be absolutely everything here. NATO in a good position to deal with him. Can't flick across cleanly enough, though. And Senator will buy them a bit more time. 5th round on the board for SG.PRO. It certainly gets your heart pumping. A team ace coming in for SG.PRO. So what better way to keep hanging on here? But 10 more required. And that's only for the overtime. Plenty of cash for NORDAVIND. No break yet. The pressure still incredibly heavy right now on SG.PRO. But at the very least, some consolation rounds coming in.
Yeah, consolation rounds, motivation rounds, whatever you would like, I suppose.
Oh.
And HS with the first Scriv. Never good. Fame. 3 players come around the corner. Can't even get the 1 and 1 HP on Chrome. Laughing all the way to the bank. Timing not good for HS, but that's a big kill, honestly. It makes Senator's life a little less nervous, but he can't land even a scrap of a bullet. He's living on 1. They can't get any luck.
Croman's got it all, mate. He's stolen it all. He's keeping it for himself. Tensky on the back end, able to drop keys as well. Dire, the only one left, 1v3 to keep them alive. Croman is indeed low, but he seems to be unkillable. Oh, hello? How? Literally, I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking. He's, like, sacrificed his firstborn child to gaming or something to stay alive in this round. Look how close these bullets are. What is this? And I think with that and the flank coming in, yeah, that will be there. He even finds the kill. He even finds the kill. Croman getting
crazy.
3, 2 of them on 1 HP, somehow able to survive all that time. I think the game was said and done, but Croman just summing things up perfectly there. SG.PRO never really able to get an advantage.